Oh man, just excited that Wednesday's finally here. Love the focus of the guys. Good practice. You feel the energy in the air. Guys are excited to go play, and it's been a long time coming. And it's just at some point you got to go play. And so it was a fun day. It's been a good week. So last day of pads today, out in shorts tomorrow, kind of team script type day, and then good meetings and walk through on Friday, and head up to Charlotte and get ready to play, man. It's a fun time. But, proud of the guys, proud of the work they put in. The staff, feel good about our plan, and we got to go execute and apply it to whatever we get in the game.
We'll take any questions.
Hey, Coach Trevor Gross from CUTigers.com. You've got a lot of sophomores, guys like Walker, Parks, even DJ. Never played in front of a crowd this big with this kind of noise level, and of course freshmen like Will Shipley. How much of an eye opener is that going to be for those guys?
Well, that's what they came here for, so we're gonna find out. Like I said, you just got to go play, and there's no greater teacher than experience. That's for sure. You can only prepare. You do the best you can in college football to prepare your guys. We had a good crowd in the spring. But obviously we couldn't have more than 20,000, all season last year. So we got two classes that this will be a whole new experience for them. But man, that's exciting. That's what you come to a place like Clemson for, college football, and to have, that experience. So it's definitely a part that we missed last year, and good opportunity for them to get some experience.
Dabo, this is Matt. I know you said that teams wouldn't let you all run the ball last year and were really stacking the box and trying to keep you from running it. If Georgia were to do that, is it a situation where you maybe have to throw it 40 or 50 times, or do you feel like you guys really have to stick with the run game even if it's not going great?
I think we got to do whatever we got to do to win the game. If it's run at 70, if it's throw at 70, the object's to win the game. So we got to do whatever we got to do. And, as I've said many times, these are the hardest games that you play all year, these openers, regardless of who you play. But especially when you play an opponent like Georgia, with the type of personnel that you're going to see, there's just so many unknowns. So, we got to make the right adjustments and get a feel for, who they're going to be. We know what we think we know, but you don't ever know in these openers till you get in the game and you start playing. So the objective is to win the game. We're going to do everything we can to do just that. So certainly, in a perfect world, we'd love to be able to do both effectively. And hopefully that'll be the case. But we got to do what we got to do to find a way to win the game.
Dabo, this is Larry Williams. I know you said what you said yesterday about you're not going to talk about availability, but I have to ask once, can you confirm that Tyler Davis is out for this game with COVID?
No, I'm not. We're not going to confirm anything other than Saturday. We'll let everybody know who's available and who's not. But unless we got somebody with a long-term injury that we talk about, we're going to roll with the same policy we had last year.
Coach, it's Trevor again. You mentioned you think you know who Georgia is, but never really know in an opener. With the losses they've sustained, particularly on offense, they've lost a lot of pass catchers, a couple tight ends, maybe a starting center. How much more uncertainty does that add to it? And what do you expect to see from them from a tight end position?
Well, it adds a bunch because again, you can only prepare for what they've done and what you think they could do. You do the best you can with that, and you're basing it on personnel on tape that's no longer with them. And so, we have new people, they have new people. So again, that's certainly another aspect that makes these type of games really challenging. It's just the way it is, and sooner or later you just got to go play and And we got to do a great job as coaches and helping them, make the right adjustments and make sure we got answers for whatever we see in the game. But there's a lot of unknowns with their personnel. We've got guys that they haven't seen a whole lot of either. So that's just part of what comes with openers like this.
Anything else for Coach?
Dabo, you mentioned a little bit in following up on some of the stacking the box against the run, how important it is for you guys to have receivers that can stretch the field and kind of open up some of those lanes a little bit. Where do you feel like your receiving core is with that? Do you feel like there's guys that are ready to sort of step into that role to make the downfield passing attack a little more of a challenge for defenses so they can't so consistently stack the box like that?
Yeah, I mean, that's what football is all about is being able to take advantage of matchups, take advantage of, your best opportunity, put yourself in the best case scenario. That's why a lot of people have RPOs now, the quarterback dictates, instead of having to always call a perfect play, the quarterback, makes you right based on how you trained him up. And that's in the run game, the pass game, the screen game, whatever it may be. But it certainly helps when people are sold out to take one part of your game away to be really effective in the other part. That's what creates balance. I feel great about our guys. I feel great about our guys. There's some games where you're going to have to beat people that way because they're committed to stopping certain aspects, and you want to be effective. But, also you got to be smart. And, so some people's committed to certain things, and that means they're a little more vulnerable in other areas if you're good enough to take advantage of those things. And we love our guys. They practiced well, they're ready to go play. So, we got to do a good job of putting them in good situations to be successful. And hopefully, again, when it's all said and done, not just with this game, but with our entire season, we'll be able to, be a little more balanced, which is what we like to be.
Hey, Coach, it's David Hood with TigerNet. I think it's interesting that both you and Tony Elliott called Justin Ross the alpha dog out there, or the alpha male. As we get closer to him playing for the first time in 19 or 20 months, do you see a little extra spring in the old man's step? Do you get the chance that he's really, really excited about Saturday?
Oh man, he's been excited since day one. He's been ready to play since day one. I'm just really proud of him and just appreciate his example. It's one thing to have passion about doing something. It's another thing to have perseverance to go with it. And man, he is, and it takes both. You can't just have passion. You gotta persevere at some point as well. Man, he has truly persevered through so much to this point, and it's just a blessing, to watch him, and excited to see him have a great year.
Dabo, this is Matt again. Can you take me back to when you saw EJ for the first time and just how rare it is having two guys like that from the same high school that are that kind of players?
Yeah, first time I saw EJ, I was like, wow, he's a faster Justin Ross. That was kind of my reaction. I mean, it looks like they're like clones. They're almost the same length. EJ might be a little longer, to be honest with you. EJ, Justin would probably be mad at me, but, and argue with me, but EJ's probably a step faster, but they're both just super explosive and very elite in their quickness and lateral movement, change of direction. Both have elite ball skills. They're both tough as they come. They came from the same program. They're just kind of eerily similar, to be honest with you. And it's really cool to see them both now. Now that EJ has kind of had a year under his belt to grow up, really learn what to do, become a technician, much more of a complete player. He's stronger than he was last year, and obviously more experienced and more knowledgeable, and as a result, more confident. So that's a good little 1-2 punch from those guys.
Just a
Yeah, well,
quick
I
follow
know,
up. Do you remember what year he? Sorry, just real quick. Do you remember what year he kind of came on your radar? Was it his sophomore or junior year?
Yeah,
You
well, we
remember?
saw him. We saw him early when we were recruiting Justin. You know, we were able to identify him early, just watching him play as a young guy, and I guess he was a sophomore when Justin was a senior, and so we got to see him early, see his skill set. You know, the coaches were high on him there, so we kind of had our eyes on him early, and then you know he just exploded at our camp, and also as a junior.
Dabo, I know Jordan Davis gets a lot of acclaim among their defensive linemen, but what were your thoughts or your impressions when you first got a look at Jalen Carter, 88, on the cut-ups of him as a freshman last year?
And they all look the same. They're all massive. I mean, you just change the numbers out. 88, 95, 99, 44 is kind of 44 is kind of like Christian was here in that, he can go play 3 technique. He can play 9 technique, legit DN. I mean, they're just all across the board. They're just all massive, but that's what they've recruited to. And they move the pocket. They're incredibly difficult to move, even with double teams. You rarely ever, I don't care who they play, Alabama, whoever, Alabama, watching them on tape, they were pretty dadgum special in that offensive line last year, and everybody has a hard time moving these dudes. So, you've got to attack them in different ways because they are amazingly athletic with that size that they bring all across the front. And then those backers are outstanding players. As I said yesterday, they're built through the middle. The 2 safeties are incredible. So, right up the middle, they're about as stout as you can get and really strong on the outside. Obviously they got a couple of new pieces on the outside, but man, you win football from the inside out, and they're really, really strong in that area.
Dabo, is there anything you can do to try to maybe run hurry up or tire those guys out or try to keep them from subbing and stuff? Or is there anything you can do as far as that to try to use their size to disadvantage?
There's lots of things you can do, but I'm not going to unveil the game plan here on Wednesday. There's a lot of things we can do. Maybe they'll let us play with 12. I'm going to ask the refs before the game, but I don't know if they'll let us do that.
Anything else for Coach?
It's David again. I know that a lot of times for the ACC championship, you go do a walkthrough on Friday at the stadium. With the new field turf up there, are you guys going to go by and take a look at the settings, or just wait until Saturday?
No, we'll stop by. It's just kind of a routine for us there in Charlotte, and as you said, they've changed the surface out. We got a lot of guys who haven't been there, so with a later game and all that stuff, we'll definitely stop by for just a short, brief walk around.
Hello, Gary McDaniel, Clemson Sports News. How does Team 126 feel to you as a team as you guys in the final week preparation for Game 1? Have they met your goals as far as your team goals and some of the things you set forth as you want to see your team mature at this point?
Oh, they've exceeded, my expectation of what the standard is here, what our core values are, buying into how we do things. They've been exceptional. They really have. They've exceeded that in all areas. They have practiced and responded and done everything that's been asked of them. They had a great summer. There's tremendous leadership. And again, this is one of the older teams that I've had, and that has shown. This is a great group. I love our guys, man. I love this team, and appreciate the effort that they put in to get themselves ready, and excited to go see them play, and then excited to see where we are, and then what we got to do to keep moving forward.